this weight on my shoulders, slowing me down. I don't know how it came about. And while the world is spinning faster every night, I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow. But it ain't no one's fault that I am stuck here. No one to blame this on, feeling so hopeless. I keep on pouring salt on my wounds when I shouldn't stay. I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. Let's try this again. I've already tried to press to go live and it didn't go live for some reason. But let's bring Benny in. Hello.
Hi guys, so I'm not feeling very good today, so I'm just gonna sit in a little tiny box in the corner watching the show. I've got a bit of a toothache and I'm just feeling sorry for myself, so this is basically going to be me for the rest of the show, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite amusing. We did about a 3-minute show and I'm trying to bring it up and I'm going, I'm not getting any notifications the show started, and I'm going, and I'm watching it on 2 channels and I'm like, but there's no show, it's just got the thumbnail. And then I looked up and it said go live and I'm like, we haven't gone live yet.
No, that was my bad.
It was a fun dress rehearsal, wasn't it?
It was, yes, because when you press go live, you've got to press the other box underneath, like not yet or yes, go live, and I didn't press it.
I wouldn't know because I didn't hit the go live button today.
Yeah.
No, it is fine. It is absolutely fine. So obviously I've been streaming a little bit longer than Yorkshire Crafter, and what we're trying to do is just bring in one little tiny extra job, just to build her experience up. And yes, it only went 99% perfect today, but that's the way it goes.
It is sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No harm was done. Everyone's just sat there going, what's going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's all good. So I understand you would like to show us something today.
Yes.
Or do you want to show that later? It's up to you. I mean, I don't want to push you into doing stuff too early.
No, I can do it now before we start.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I got these trays recommended by Rosebud, and they
are fab. I am definitely going to buy them. I'm going to buy 100. Just because I can.
Yeah, they were £1.25, I think they were.
That's not, and obviously you'd have to buy like 10 or 20 just to make it worthwhile with the postage cost.
Yeah.
You couldn't just buy one, could you? You'd have to buy at least 10 or 20, probably be better, wouldn't it? Maybe 30 or 40.
Yeah. And they're stackable as well. I didn't realise.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so
Do you think they will become the new trays?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, and I have also had post today.
Love post.
So don't want to show my address. From
looks like someone already knows it.
So I'm going to open this live on air, Rosebud, if that's okay. So
Nobody's probably sitting there going, "Oh no, don't open it on air." When everyone sees what it is, they're going to think I'm evil.
Oops. See, that bit's fallen out of there, so I'll put it back in there. So this is a bobbin winder. You know the...
Oh, fantastic. I only shot one of those. And I've got to confess, I actually unwound all my bobbin just to use it again.
So yeah, thank you very much. And it's still in the packaging as well. I mean, the plastic Q-snap that's just your friend send me.
That is an absolutely fantastic gift. So what's
Thank
that
you.
one?
It's 20.3 centimeters by 20.3 centimeters.
Oh, frames.
Yeah, it's a square Q-snap frame for your stitching.
Ah, so is this the new tapestry circle thing?
Yeah.
See, when I last did cross stitch, it was like big old fashioned circles with a little screw on the top.
Yes, that's what I'm currently using. And she says,
Yeah.
no, I've got one, I'm going to send it.
I'm so out of touch with cross stitch, aren't I? I daren't start cross stitch because I know I'll get hooked on it.
Oh no. Oh,
wow,
dear.
that's fantastic though.
Shall
we do a quick catch up on chat?
Yeah.
So we have Build with Adrian, hi all on Penny's Pitstop, and hi all on Yorkshire Crafter. Mark's Mods, hello ladies, looking forward to another show from the Queens of Diamond Painting. Oh, far from it, Mark. Far from it. Dave's Hobbies, hello everyone, hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. And you back, Dave? Obviously I spoke to you yesterday, and with the lockdown, I feel quite bad actually about the lockdown, because I've got to confess it looks like this lockdown is going to be very good for me for the same reason that it's bad for everybody else. I may actually be getting more work out of it, but that's at the expense of people who are getting less work because they can't work. And obviously, Dave, you're in a position where lockdown's affecting you really seriously, actually, isn't it? So I don't know if I should be happy or sad. Bit of both. So Queen of Diamonds Rosebuds, hi everyone, hope you all well and okay. And everybody's favourite dog groomer, Danielle Boudreau, good morning everyone. Rosebud says it is live, lol. Yeah, it was a little bit of a hiccup. And then Rosebud says you can also get the big trays in a pack of 4 on Amazon, plus you get green. Yeah, we don't care about green and blue. Purple, yes, now you put me up again. Purple is they are less than £5 for pound, less than £5 for pound. And then Rosebud says cross stitch frame. And then Daniel Boudreau, I use the Q snap. I prefer the scroll frame. Right. So, what is Q snap and what is scroll frame? How are they different?
Right. I'll put this up again.
Because I've got no idea what scroll frame means.
So this is just your normal frame and it all slots together.
Right.
A scroll frame is you've got your bars at the top and one at the bottom and they roll so you can move them around.
Right. So obviously if you've got a bigger thing, you just... Oh, right. So what, you roll the cross stitch up as you're stitching?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds a bit...
Yeah.
I don't know which one I would prefer there.
No.
Scroll. Well, scroll would force you to work across, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas if you work downwards, see, I can't remember how I used to. I think I used to work by colour, and I used to put the colour in, and then I'll work as many stitches. You kind of have to do a little bit of homework before you start, because otherwise you may end up using 14 rolls of whatever it is of thread just to do that all over. But I think I'm sure I used to work by colour, and then I'd put the next colour in, and then if that means I've got to go all the way down, then I would imagine using a scroll frame I'd have to, and then scroll it all back again. But then again, the circle things I used to use, it would nip the cotton, the part that's already been done. When you move that up, it would nip that. So I suppose there's a 6 of one, half dozen the other, isn't it?
It is, with everything.
And then Daniela says it depends on the size of the project, but they're both great. So yeah, that kind of, I suppose it's a little bit like the diamond painting. You'll do different things depending on the size and the shape. You know, it's like, for example, we say, oh, to do blocking, and then all of a sudden you'll see us do a large area or something and we won't block it in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for that shape or color or something.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to just disconnect my camera for a sec because our heating is cut in and I'm extremely hot and I'm wearing a hoodie. And that's all I'm going to say on the subject. So I will be back shortly. Let me see if I can make my avatar a bit more prettier.
A bit more prettier. There we go.
Isn't it?
See, Penelope, stop. See. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some research into how to do this bobbin winder. Presume, do you put the card into there, I think, and then
I'm
not
think
sure, am I?
so, yes.
Put the card into there, and then you put the thread.
Give it a little twizzle, see what happens.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you put the thread and then it, yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm sure some lovely person will step up and go, no, you're doing it wrong. You do this. No. Yes. So that part that you said you put the card in, that sits on the tray. Hold it up.
I'm confused.
And get one of your little one of those purple trays. Right. Now hook that onto the tray. So imagine that's your bobbin boxy thing.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, there's a bit at the back, which means you can hook it onto the corner.
Whoops. Hook it onto the corner.
Yes. Is that right? Hold up your bobbin winder. No, I think I remembered how to do this.
Do you put that into the...
Yes. Right. So you'll need to rotate it the other way round, or you won't necessarily have to. Now, that bit at the top, that's where you put your card.
Right.
Right. And you'll see there's a little pin, isn't there?
Yes.
Now, the little cards you get have got a little hole in the top.
Yes.
You put that in.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you have it the other way round, so the handle's on the outside.
Yeah.
Right. You put the card in, you can now spin, and what you'll do is you'll be pulling the cotton towards you.
Right.
So turn that 90 degrees clockwise. That's it. No, turn it 90 degrees turn the whole boat 90 degrees clockwise. Yeah. Turn it 90 degrees clockwise. That's it. Right. Now hold it in your other hand. Right. Support that. Now, obviously support the little winder.
Yeah.
With your other hand. Now spin to your heart's content. There you go. You are now. I believe that's how it works.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So Rosebud says no, the square bit goes on the tray and the curved. I think there's more message to come there. I got a feeling Rosebud's a little bit like me. She occasionally hits the return button instead of the space. I do that a lot, and people come back and they go, "What are you on about?" And I'm like, "Hang on, you responded before I finished the message."
Danielle's put, I'll send you a picture. Okay.
Yeah. I got a feeling we just figured that one out. But yeah, that if you're going to hold the bottom up close to the camera, I might be wrong with this bit, but you see the bit, yeah, right. Turn it, yes. So you see, you've got the lot. I'm pointing at the camera. right,
Yeah.
at the screen. So you've got the bit where you hooked it onto the side of your boat.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a hole. There's a third bit.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's it there. No.
Yeah.
There.
That's it. Yeah.
That is so you can hook it onto a corner.
Ah, okay.
And Rosebud has just says, yes, I'm right.
Yes.
So if you want to pop it, or if you've got, say, a box with compartments,
Yeah.
as opposed to one big open box, you can hook that, you can push that between two compartments.
Oh, so it steadies it. So then when you wind, oh yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Because not everybody might have a box. I don't know. I'm making that last bit up, but basically, yeah. So you've got that third right angle, so you can use the compartments. And now, are you having a play without us seeing?
No, I'm putting it away now because we're diamond painting. Not.
You are going to have so much fun. So I think for Christmas, everyone should be buying Yorkshire Crafter. Remind me what they're called. Is it skeins?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody buys her, say, 10 skeins of cotton. If 100 people send her a little gift of that, she is going to have so much fun on Christmas Day.
I'll be more like winding my husband up than anything else.
You know what? You just reminded me of when customers tell me. Obviously, you know I drive buses. When customers try to tell me a bit of a story, and I go, "Hang on a minute," I said, "I'm supposed to be taking you for a ride, not the other way round." So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, that would be very good for winding up, wouldn't it? That little winder. So, that's a wonderful gift. That is, you've done well. We've all done really well at the last couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if anyone wasn't watching last week, you missed a fantastic little project that we got sent from Smith's Beads. No plugs there from Smith Beads or anything like that. But yeah, Smith's Beads did send us a gift, and you can buy them on Smith's Beads for a reasonable price. Just go onto the Smith's Beads website. Is that enough plugging, do you think?
I think, yeah. He's hoping to join us this week, and he apologises for missing last week. He had a family emergency to deal with.
That's absolutely fine. We had fun. We didn't even notice he wasn't there. We were having so much fun.
Oh, dear. Right.
So how's your week been? I'm going to try and avoid, well, I will talk about my week, but oh, listen, I've got a great idea. Do you want to play a game?
Go on.
Oh, I know I found this game and I'm going to have to unplug my Alexa.
Oh,
It's a quiz game. And now I can't remember the name of the game. No, it's a 2-player game.
Okay.
Which I thought was great. So I've just unplugged my Alexa. Sorry, guys, it looks like we're not actually going to be doing an awful lot of diamond painting this week. Has anybody got an Alexa and has asked it to sing a duet with Ed Sheeran? That is the funniest thing ever. I'll do that as a test. I will just warn you, though, I don't call mine Alexa. I call mine Echo. Because
surprised it hasn't gone off.
Yeah. So I will be using the word that begins with ECHO as opposed to the word that starts with EX. But I'm just going to do this as a sound check. It should be fine, but I've actually pulled the microphone down to the table and I cannot remember the name of the game I was playing the other day. And Alexa's gone blank. Echo? No, it's not on yet. Hello? Hello?
If I had a tongue, I would stick it out right now.
Can you hear
That's
that
how
okay?
Tibetans greet each other.
Yeah.
Have a good Wednesday.
Oh, bless.
So I'll do a quick duet for you. Echo, sing a duet with Ed Sheeran. I love this.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Yes, you do. Echo, sing a duet with Ed Sheeran.
Hey Ed, here's a reminder. It's time for the party. Let's go. Yeah. I'm at a party I don't want to be at.
And I don't ever wear a suit and tie yet.
Wondering if I could sneak out the back.
Nobody's even looking me in my eyes.
Can you take my hand?
Finish my drink, say,
Shall we dance?
hell yeah.
Woo, you know I love ya.
Did I ever tell you?
You make me pattern like that.
Don't think I fit in at this party.
That's brilliant.
Everyone's got so much to say. Yeah.
I always feel like I'm nobody.
Stop. At least I know it works.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Echo, what was that game I was playing the other day?
Here's something I found on the web. According to gethuman.com, I was playing Jailbreak.
Do you know what? I'm so sorry. I can't forgotten. I should have written it down. It's a 2-player game, and it asks you this question, and if you get it wrong, it goes over to the other person. And right, I'll tell you what. I'll leave you entertaining for a bit while I find it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. Maybe there was if there was like list of things that I've done, history or something.
Yeah, there could be some history. Yeah. So,
No, unfortunately, it's all my countdown timers. It actually tells me all. Normally, I set countdown timers rather than alarm times.
yeah.
Oh,
Huh?
Echo, sing a silly song.
Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. Think I'll go eat worms. Big fat juicy ones, eensy weensy squeensy ones. See how they wiggle and squirm. Down goes the first one, down goes the second one. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Up comes the first one, up comes the second one. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. I bite off their heads and suck out the juice and throw the skin.
Stop. So I didn't realise it was that long. This is interesting. It's telling me all my countdown timers, but it's not telling me the games I've played.
Right.
Oh. Yes. Okay. Would you like to play Stinky Pinky?
Uh-oh. Go on then.
Oh, right. In Stinky Pinky, it asks you a question, but the answers are 2 words that have to rhyme.
Okay.
So, for example, I don't know. It's a little bit like the wonky donkey thing. What do you call a donkey with 3 legs? Wonky donkey. But this is quite good. Echo, do you want to be player 1 or player 2?
2.
Okay, I thought it might be.
I don't know that one.
Shut up. Echo, play Stinky Pinky. Echo. Oh, sorry, it started.
Please choose a number between 1 and 6.
2.
Great. 2 players it is. Player 1. It's your turn. Here's your first question.
As well.
Player 1. What's the Stinky Pinky for? A. Conceited cockroach. I'll say that again. A. Conceited cockroach. Your 30 seconds start now.
Echo. Pass.
I heard you say, pause. Is that your final answer?
No.
Okay. Here's a helpful hint.
Oh.
When I say, is that your final answer? And
Echo.
I've misheard what
Pass.
I heard you say, pass. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Pass is the wrong
It gives
answer.
you the answer when you say so
I'll pass the question to player 2. Player 2, what is the stinky pinky for? A. Conceited cockroach. I heard you say, no. Is that your final answer?
No.
No.
Okay. Here's a helpful hint. When I say, is that your final answer, and I've misheard what you said, you don't need to answer no. You can just immediately restate your answer. Please restate your answer.
Do you have an answer?
No, I don't have an
I
answer.
heard you say, do you have an answer? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Do you have an answer? Is the wrong answer. The correct answer was smug bug. The stinky pinky for A. Conceited cockroach is smug bug. Player 2, it's your turn. Here's your first question. Player 2, what's the stinky pinky for? An entertaining and amusing cat. I'll say that again. An entertaining and amusing cat. Start the clock.
Funny pussy.
Echo. Funny pussy.
I heard you say, funny. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Funny is the wrong answer.
Oh.
I don't know why I just bleep take pussy, but
I'll pass the question to player 1. Player 1, what is the stinky pinky for? An entertaining and amusing cat.
skip.
I heard you say, skip. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Skip is the wrong answer. The correct answer was witty kitty.
Oh, really?
An entertaining and amusing cat is witty kitty. Player 1, it's your turn.
Oh, do you know what? I've never
Here's your
seen this
second
one.
question. Player 1, what's the stinky pinky for? A. Heartless diamond. I'll say that again. A. Heartless diamond. Start the clock. Okay, time's up. Player 1, what's the stinky pinky for? A. Heartless diamond.
Don't know.
Player 1, I heard you say, don't know. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, player 1, you said you didn't know. I'll pass the question to player 2. Player 2, what is the stinky pinky for? A. Heartless diamond.
Don't know.
Player 2, if you can't think of an answer, just say, don't know.
Don't
If
know.
you don't answer within the next few seconds, you'll need to restart Stinky Pinky to continue playing. Last chance, A. Heartless diamond.
Don't know.
Okay, player 2, you said you didn't know. The correct answer was cruel jewel. The
Oh.
Stinky Pinky for A. Heartless, diamond. Is, cruel, jewel. Player 2, it's your turn. Here's your second question. Player 2, what's the stinky pinky for? An amorous kiss from a dog. I'll say that again. An amorous kiss from a dog. Start the clock.
Echo. Don't know.
Don't know.
Player
Oh, it
2,
was a lot
I
better
heard
than
you
this the
say,
other day.
don't know. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, player 2, you said you didn't know. I'll pass the question to player 1.
Oh,
Player
what's your
1,
question?
what is the stinky pinky for? An amorous kiss from a dog.
Don't know.
Okay, player 1, you said you didn't know.
Got to hit this one on the head. I don't
The
think we're doing
correct
very
answer
well, are
was
we?
pooch, smooch.
Poop,
The
smooch.
stinky pinky for
Echo. Stop.
Did you say you want to stop the game?
Yes.
Goodbye. Why not play our sister quiz, the daily question? Just say, enable the daily question.
I couldn't get any of them.
No, I played this the other day and I did a little bit better than that. But some of the answers were quite fun. I can't remember any of them now. Oh. Ace, pooch, smooch, yeah. So at
Yeah.
least one person got it. So
Yeah.
right, what have you been up to then? What's happening?
I've just been crafting, really, to be honest. I got the Dumbo finished on the cross stitch, so I've got to start Mowgli and Baloo this afternoon.
Okay.
So yeah, a little bit of diamond painting and yeah, so just
All
craft
good.
really.
So how are you finding your balance? Obviously there was once upon a time when all you did was diamond painting. And then obviously cross stitch has come along. And I guess for the first week or so, it was probably all cross stitch because that's
Yeah, it was.
the thing. But is it starting to balance? Are you finding that you're doing it as your mood takes you, or what needs to be done?
I tend to cross stitch on a morning now, with the natural light from the big kitchen window.
Yeah.
And then I'll diamond paint on an afternoon, up in the bedroom. So
Right. So that's
yeah.
sort of kind of making a good balance then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the problem I would have is you have bits of a pattern that you enjoy more than the others. Like I don't like the first corner on the, well, I don't mind it, but my least favorite is the first corner on the diamond painting because it usually doesn't have the pattern. So, but then my favorite bit is coming towards the end. I've got the main picture and I'm like, whoa, this is brilliant. Can't show anyone this because it's not finished. So I need to get it finished so I can go up to everyone and go, look what I've done. Whoa.
Yeah.
So then once I finished the actual diamond painting, I would then be going, I'll do some cross stitch because I can't be bothered to, if you've got to the bit of cross stitch that you enjoy, you might then go, oh, I'll do some of this and I'm going to start the diamond painting. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. So shall we go through a little bit of chat?
Yes, sorry, I forgot all about it.
Rosebud, when I used to buy skins, I would always write the DMC number down on paper. That was over 25 years ago. Wow. Love Minis. Hi, all. Hi, Love Minis.
Hello, love minis.
Rosebud, this is boring. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't the best game ever, was it? Didn't work out
Sorry.
as I thought it was.
And then Francis, yeah, a pooch smooch.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
So this week I have mostly been painting my new desks. So it's not really anything exciting to show, but I'm getting there, and I'm just about to order the last few units to make this little V shape, U shape, horseshoe shape. What should we call it?
U shape, yeah.
And yeah, I've been doing a couple of it. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm more part work than anything else, and I've been trying to get some part work done, and I've just not been able to go through with it this week. You know, like when do you have that brick wall where you can't get through it?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bang, you're through it, and then nothing can stop you, and you're just like,
Yeah.
But I've done one thing constructive, not anything major, but I've made I had a little bit of spare space on my desk. Sorry about the camera. I had a little bit of spare space on my desk. So where I'd put something there before and then changed my mind, I had this little bit of space there. So I don't think the camera's, there we go. So I've drilled a little line there. You can't see it because of the light, but there's now a little hole there for my screwdriver bits. And bear with me a sec, because I'll get my, is that any better? Yeah, that's
yeah, we can see that now.
So there's my screwdriver bits, and then there's a little hole for my screwdriver.
There you go.
Now, when anyone says, right, get your screwdriver ready, I'm going to be like, yep, there it is. So, yeah, I've been playing with my Dremel last week. So, can I ask my framing question?
Yeah, go for it.
Would anyone like me to try and make a picture frame next week? It's a bit of a funny one in that I've got a Dremel and a router thingy bobby and some cheap router bits, and I've got some little bits of wood, and on the one hand I think it's inexpensive to make frames, and I think these could be quite useful, but then on the other hand they're inexpensive because I've got the tools to make them. They're not thousands of pounds worth of equipment, but like, for example, a lot of people might have a Dremel already, and then the router bit is 40 quid, which some people may already have. The Dremel actually comes with a basic router bit, but basically all I think you need to do is just run a router along there just to shape the edge. At the moment that's quite a sharp corner, just like any bit of wood has that corner, and all it'll do is just round it off and make it look more attractive. You could then do it on the outside. This is an old piece that can't see it because my hand's the same color as the wood. I just cut that at an angle for another project, but that's basically all you would do. And let me grab. But when you have your pencil, so yeah, again, as I say, it's all mainly to do with what you've got, and is it a viable option? Sorry, as you can see, my keyboard's on. So there's your, let's call it a finished diamond painting. Then, do you know what? That happens to be, I swear it wasn't made for this. That happens to be the exact correct shape.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure this strip of wood was something like £2.50 for about just over 2 meter strip. So obviously you place that in there. Even like that, I don't think that looks bad.
No, that's good.
Unshaped, but obviously if you put a knife, obviously I'll turn that over because you want to, obviously if I'd spent the time looking at all the woods, I wouldn't have picked this one because it's got that knot in, but that's perfect for the purposes that I bought it for. And then how would you attach that? Would you glue that in, or would you staple it from behind? And then obviously you'd cut a bit to go down there, and then a bit to go down there, and then a bit at the bottom. And then you could add some support at the back by doing the exact same. Now Rosebud has said that she has a router and bits, which is fine. So in that case, I can say to Rosebud, yeah, this will cost you a couple of quid. The only downside is if you don't have the bits, it's going to cost you about £200 for the first one, and then the next one's going to cost about £2.
Yeah.
But then also I'm thinking if you made, I don't know if I've got them to hand, but you could easily make some dies for this very easily using inks. And then if you got some, you diluted the ink down and then wipe that over, that would colour it. So for this one, perhaps I might consider a really mild green or a
Yeah.
black, and then just wipe over that with the ink. Not pure ink because they're really concentrated. Or you could paint them to the colour of your choice, you know. So would anyone be interested in me doing that next week? It will be noisy and it will be messy, but I could do that, and I'll do so. I'll nip down. It turns out I went down my DIY store today. We are on lockdown from tomorrow, and so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to run out of paint for the projects that I'm doing, my drawers. So I went down and bought. I feel like a panic buyer. I bought 4 pots of paint for last month, but they're only the tested ones anyway. So, but it turns out that they're open. Why is that base C, base A? What's that mean? C. Oh. Sorry, I've just realised. I don't know. They've got letters on them. C and A. It says base A, base C. I don't understand what that means. So have I got the wrong paint? Anyway, so I mean, I can nip down to B&Q and grab a couple of bits of wood, and then I could have a little practice session, make sure it works. I've got the router bits. I've now got the router. I've been well. I'm not an expert on routing, but I've watched a lot of videos, and I learned a brilliant trick. Yeah, this will mean absolutely nothing at the moment, but which way round do you route?
Yeah. I don't.
I have the universal answer. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. As I say, nothing to do with dime pen. I've just lost that bit of wood. I put that bit of wood down.
It's still attached to Groot.
Of course it is. So, when you route, you need to go that way or that way, but which way do you go? And obviously, you're always going to push the router away from you. But what this guy said is you put your finger and your thumb like that. You touch the piece of wood with your thumb, and your finger's telling you which way to go with the router.
Ah, okay.
Isn't it? So to do this, I would go, you have to look at it from my point of view. So at this edge, I'll go like that. That edge, I'll come down. And then if I come round, I'll go that way, even though I went that way on the other side. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so would you like me to do that next week? Like I say, it'll be loud and noisy and messy. And it's not diamond painting, but it's related to diamond painting. That's why I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I'll
Sounds
leave
good
that
to me. See what the viewers say.
Yeah, I'll say I'll leave that out to them, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I suppose this is the point where we normally start diamond painting, isn't it?
I suppose we better.
As I said, I'm just going to sit here and look pretty today because I'm just, well, I don't know, I'm getting in the mood actually.
Good.
So Rosebud has said, don't think books were available for DMC numbers back then. and then a bit and bits. So right. I heard some commotion earlier on. Do you mind if I just disappear for a couple of minutes?
No, go for it.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Right, let's start some diamond painting. So we're still on symbol J that I was working on. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pots of J. So this is going to be the majority. Oh no, it's not the majority colour, I don't think. It's the bits of sky and things like that in this corner. It looks like a cream or a blue, but as you can see, that's pink. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but let's get going. So I'll put some more diamonds out. We've got any rosebud, sounds good to me. Danielle, yes. So you ladies are agreeing to do the frame next week. It'll be really good if Penny can show us hopefully money saving ways to frame our art, and could possibly go to other projects, other stitching, cross stitching. I don't know whether you guys saw one of my videos that I did, a gift from my husband. It's the longer stitches that you do. He got me a cute little hedgehog on black fabric, and like I said, it's the longer stitches. So yeah, I'm gonna have a go with that, but maybe it's an option for framing, you know, getting some of the thinner wood, and possibly a project for my husband, maybe some framing ideas. Some of the last frames that I got were from IKEA. I can't remember if they were £4 or £8. I'm sure Mark, you'll correct me in the comments if you're still listening there. But they were just you could get either a white or a black, and it was perspex rather than glass. Yes, Rosebud. Yes, definitely. I'll have fun. Turn my volume down. Yes, definitely. I agree with a router and things like that going off. Definitely. But yeah, good idea. Yeah, definitely set my husband to task. Get some hints and tips from Penny, and then I'll set him going making some homemade frames.
Wonderful. So I know
Yes,
what I'm doing next week,
we've
then.
had an agree from Rosebud and Danielle about the frames.
Yeah. Okay then. So I'll do a little bit of practice this week, during the week, and then I'll do that for next week. And yeah. So I mean, I've had a little play, but nothing major. I really need to sort of. I've got loads of scrap wood to practice on.
Yeah.
So sorry. So what I'll do is I'll nip down. I mean, do you think this would be perfect for the frames?
Yeah.
And I'll do some costing. I have done some costing on some frames, but the trouble with frames is so many people that sells them. What I think is a reasonable price, you might go, well, I can get that cheaper from elsewhere. I mean, these are the sort of things that might pop up in Poundland in which case you're not going to beat Poundland, are you?
No.
But yeah, and I'll dig my inks out, and we'll give it a little try, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I was just saying it could be some good framing ideas for other crafts,
Yeah.
stitching projects, or, just a general.
If we come away from it, people going, right, well, that doesn't really work for me, but if I was to do this, that, and the other, then I could make it work.
Yeah.
Because I know framing is a bit of a, well, it's not a bugbear, but it's like, obviously people go on about frames, and good frames are expensive. And if you put a lot of time and work into a painting, you want to show it off nicely. And, you could spend so much more money on, because they're not cheap, are they, some frames?
No, they're not. That's the thing.
I mean, I'll have a quick look while you're doing that on Amazon.
Yeah.
Because obviously Amazon is there's a nice one here, 12 by 8 inches, £8.32, delivering tomorrow.
Mhm.
And that's a rustic wooden look, which is, well, actually, you've got a choice of colours. You've got black, rustic, brown, beach, and white. And it goes, see, again, it doesn't go to, oh, it does go to sort of sizes we want. So what size is that? 40 by 50, 40 by 50?
Yeah, it is.
Right, so 40 by 50 perspex. I don't know what perspex means.
Rather than glass.
Oh, of course you got the glass to put in as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You want the glass in with diamond paintings?
I would say so, yeah. Stop the dust collecting in between diamonds and...
Yeah, but if you seal it well, you shouldn't need that, should you?
No, that's the point, yeah.
Would you lose the sparkle if you put a piece of perspex over the top?
I'd say no. No?
Right. Okay, well, a 40 by 50 perspex with hanging strips. Oh, hang on. That's gone strange. Oh, it's not available with hanging strips. So with picture frame only is... Oh, let's reset the size. Right, so a 40 by 50 is £12.54.
Right.
I'm just going to do a quick screen share. That is what you're going to get, which is pretty much what I think I'm going to end up with next week, except that mine will have nice little bevels on it.
Yeah.
So you could probably go cheaper than that, but I think that's a good benchmark to aim for. And I already know I can beat that price.
Yeah.
I forgot about the perspex, to be honest with you. But I bought a piece of perspex that actually arrived today for another project. Right, perspex. Clear perspex. Right. Okay, depends how big. Oh, see, now we're getting expensive.
Mm-hmm.
50 by 50 is 12.21. Okay, now we're getting but that was, yeah, I don't know. Oh God. Yeah, now we're getting expensive then, aren't we?
Yeah.
50 by 50 is £12.21. It's cheaper to get that frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get the frame and run a router around it. Okay. All right, that's blown my idea out of the water then, hasn't it? I forget what I paid for mine. Mine was only an A5 sheet. Yeah, mine was £6 for an A5 sheet. A4 sheet. The acrylic store. So clear acrylic, clear, thickness 2 mil, 50 by 40. Oh, that's better. That's much better. So there's a company called the Acrylic Store, and I've just put in 2 millimeter thick clear acrylic, cut to size 50 by 40. You want a little bit bigger, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
55 by 45, another 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
And 43.
Yeah.
What I'm going to look at is if you double the size, will it double the price? Yes. Yes, it will. £5.85. £11.70. Yes. So it will double the size, but I think that now isn't too bad, is it?
It's still a good price.
Yeah. So I'll see if they've got any acrylic sheets. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, just catching up on some comments. Yeah, good idea, Julie. Setting my husband to task, that was.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get the husband to do it when you can.
That'll help with both VP and cross stitch. Yeah, the framing idea, Penny.
Yeah.
I have sensitive ears these days. I can also feel vibrations in my right ear. Oh, Rosebud, yes, definitely have it on mute, on silent next week.
Yeah, next week what
Bless.
we'll be doing is obviously when I'm actually got the machine running, I'll hit the mute button.
Okay.
You won't be able to hear me talk, but what I'll do is I will explain what I'm about to do, then hit mute and then do it, and then stop the machine and then say what I've done. If that means I have to switch the Dremel on and off multiple times, then so be it. And then if somebody wants me to repeat something, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to send a quick message.
Chris Camplin, hi Penny and Julie. Hi Chris. Rosebud, have to go. Catch you all next week. Stay safe, everyone. Bye, darling. Okay, thank you, Penny. Oh, bless her. Pausing the Dremel. Oh, bless her.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
They want me to fill in details. This, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do in America, but this place looks quite cheap.
Sorry, which place?
It's a place called the Acrylic Store.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Now, I can only find, well, they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you believe 7 different types of acrylic sheet? They do clear gloss, tinted fluorescent, frosted acrylic mirror. That sounds good. And metallic acrylic.
Is that like the shower screen?
It's basically shed windows.
Right.
And they run from 2 millimeters up to 30 millimeters.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking is, does it have to be? Because what I've just put in 55 by 45. I haven't worked out exactly what size extra we need, but 55 by 45 sheet is going to be £6.43. But if you double that, it will be double the price. And what obviously I'm looking for is, you know, if you bought like an A5 sheet of paper, it would cost you, say, £1. An A4 size, which is double the size, would be less than double the cost, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just asking them. Could I buy the sheets in the sizes you purchase them in? What I'm thinking is, if you've got like, well, you wouldn't want to buy one, would you, necessarily? I
No.
don't know what their postage is like. Right, I'm going to pop that in the cart and I'm going to see what happens. Oh, now I've got no. Right. Why has it not put it in the cart? Okay. Oh. Yeah, I know there's more millimeters. Yeah, they set it to millimeters as minimum. Right, why is there no items? Oh no, now I've got to put it in again. Additional options. Oh, they put screw holes in. It's nice, isn't it? And a radius corner, whatever a radius corner is. Now it's gone up to £7.72 because they've added VAT.
Oh, yikes.
And what? Now it's gone up to £17 because they want £10 delivery.
£10 delivery, wow.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's a nice idea, wasn't it? So, delivery. Right, well, first. So it's £10 no matter what your order is.
Right.
So, guys, I've got homework for you guys then. See if you can get 40 by 50 piece of acrylic. I like the look of that mirror though. Acrylic mirrored.
Oh, Chris Cramplin's put, been a while since I've done a diamond dots. No, you haven't done one in a while, have you, Chris?
Thinking that, yeah, it has been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah. Was it a cottage one or a scene one or something I saw you do last? I can't remember what your last one was.
Wow. So let's put 100 of those in. 100 of those. Yeah. Postage, economy class, 7 to 10 working days, £9.95. Oh, but they've given me a 5% discount for having a big order. So let's see how low I can get that order and still get that discount. Right. Ah, now I think I've hit 100 quid and got a 2% discount.
Yikes.
So, but they do have a price match guarantee. And they're based in Leicester. Right, so the largest sheet is 305 centimeters by 205.
Okay.
So they can do large sizes, can't they?
Yeah.
And they sell accessories like adhesives. See, when they say price match guarantee, covered or round radius. Sorry, love minis, I don't get that when you say covered or round radius. What does that actually mean, covered or round?
Does it mean curved? You know, the edge? Is it
Oh,
for the acrylic?
yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, that actually tells you. Radius corners is a process where we put a 20 millimeter radius on the corners of the sheets, which helps to remove square and sharp corners on your acrylic sheets. Okay, yeah, kind of read what it says and then you'll understand. So, but if you're framing it, wouldn't make much difference, would it?
No.
Wow, they charge an extra £5 for that.
Wow.
See, I'm looking at that as thinking you're actually paying them to receive less material.
Yeah.
I know that's not really how it is, but that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right, I'm going to hide myself up again then. As soon as the main focus is on you. So I'm seeing red and blue in the corner there. What is that?
Well, I'll show you the picture, but it's this first top corner here.
Okay.
But on the actual painting, it's coming out like a pink and a blue.
Okay. Maybe
So,
that's bring in the colour further down.
I don't know. It's like a
Because a
cream.
lot of these, when you see something red, it's not just one colour, is it? It might be sort of 3 or 4 shades of red.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit confusing, really.
So what are those Diamond Expresses like then?
They're really, really good. I think I remember saying last week when I peeled the first corner back, the way they've done the canvas, they don't have to print it different for squares and rounds. It's all the same.
Right. So there's no training wheels on it.
No, there's nothing. It's just got the printed symbols on.
Right. So does that mean that you could actually get it to slip down a little bit, say half a drill width?
Yeah, probably.
So there's more scope to have an untidy painting?
Yeah.
Right. So could we go as far as saying not for beginners?
I would say definitely not for beginners because, yeah, you do have to really make sure they're lined up and
get that corner in properly, use rulers if you need to.
yeah, I'm thinking about putting rulers on myself.
Yeah, I don't think rulers are cheating.
No.
Oh, do you know what? I've got to say this now, haven't I? I've just had a message from Satires Models. Hey, Penny, good to see you. So this guy, if any of you build the Ecto 1, he's been working on some mods for the Ecto 1. Namely, correct me if I've not got enough detail. He's done some mods for the proton packs, and they look absolutely fantastic. He's done some free to download PDFs, which adds what are they? Engine stickers, things to put on your batteries. And I've seen these from, I won't say the name because I don't want to get in trouble, but I've seen these for elsewhere for sale for quite a lot of money, actually. And if you're prepared to spend a little bit of work and print them off yourself and cut them up, you could probably save yourself 50 to £100.
Yeah.
When you're looking at those kind of figures, I think it's worth doing I mean, we're actually sitting here talking about saving £1 or £2 on frames, and along comes someone that can save you a hell of a lot more than £1 or £2.
Yeah.
But his work is absolutely fantastic. I'm just trying to get the money together to buy them all, and then promote them on my YouTube channel.
See, there you go.
Funny enough, just one thing I've noticed is the power of just even a small YouTuber. I mean, I don't class myself as big. So he says, yeah, I try to help out wherever I can. Yeah, but don't leave yourself short, will you? But I think there's a lot of little small modders out there. I mean, we were getting involved with part work upgrades. They do some really good mods for the Terminator, and there's a lot of things I can do. I mean, like these mods for the Terminator, I could do those with a 3D printer. They're just a couple of basic shapes thrown together and then stuck on your 3D printer. And I've got a 3D printer, so I could do them myself, no problems, for quite literally pennies. But A, does everybody have a 3D printer? And B, if you don't, is it actually worth spending £300 on a 3D printer just to save yourself a fiver on parts? So there is definitely a place for these people. And, but also, like, see, I've got a few friends and they've got a YouTube channel with a few subscribers. And then they've got friends with YouTubers with a few subscribers. So collectively, we're just as powerful as the massive YouTubers, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Which reminds me, I'm going to be doing a right nasty video on a company called Holy. I was absolutely disgusted. I'm sure it wasn't their fault, but I got an R2D2 cafetiere come through the post, smashed. Which I'm sure is actually more the courier's fault than the seller. But I messaged them, and I knew straight away. I got the impression they were trying little tactics, because I sent them photos of this smashed glass, and they took nearly a week to respond. And they said, "Oh, can you send us photos of the packaging?" Well, most people rip the packaging off, chuck it straight in the bin, don't they?
Yeah.
So no packaging, no support query. Thankfully, I still had the packaging in the bin because I got it the day after we emptied the bins, and my bin hadn't got full, and they don't collect that particular bin until next week. So I fished the packaging out of the bin, sent photos. The next day, they said, "Oh, we'll offer you a 50% refund." So I said, "No, that's not acceptable." I said, "Oh, so keep the item and we'll give you a 50% refund." I said, "Unfortunately, that's not acceptable. because this is actually dangerous. You pour hot water into it with a great big hole in it, and it will just pour out and cause 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
They come back this morning and they've basically said to me, your choices are you can send that back to us for a full refund, but you will have to cover the postage to China, or we'll give you a 50% refund.
Oh,
And the
God.
item cost me 20 quid. So they want me to send that back to China for a tenner, and it'll cost me more than a tenner. Do
Yeah. Wow.
Do you want to see it?
Go on. Yeah.
I'll show you why I blame the courier, because the actual manufacturer's packaging is actually pretty good. So I'm going to steal your full screen now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't. You've stolen the screen now. Look, there we go. So I'll get this up. So this caught me fancy, and it's a company called Holy. And what you do is you pay like a $3.99 fee. It's like Amazon. And then they sell you everything at the price that they get them for.
Yeah.
And I thought this is about 40, 50, 60 quid to buy. And this was, do you know what? I'll disagree with you there. Satter's model says anything out of China lately has been shady. I get loads of China. I get all my electronics from them, and I think they're great. And I expect a higher failure rate, but when you're paying a third of the price and you're getting maybe a 5% failure rate instead of a 2, you don't really mind, do you? So yeah, this is it. So apparently they sold this to me at cost price, and everything adds up. You know, if I sold you everything at the price I bought it for, but I had 1 million customers paying $3.99 a month for the privilege of buying this at cost price, you can see where my money's coming from, can't you?
Yeah, it's true.
So this is what I got. And as you can see, there's a massive lump of polystyrene in there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if I'd have got this intact, I'd probably be going, everyone, try Holy, or whatever they're called. Wally, I think that's a better name for them. Right. So I'm trying to, because I know exactly what's inside it, so I'm trying to keep this flow. So, as you see, look, a massive amount of polystyrene in there.
Yeah.
And there's the product. And there's the massive, great big hole.
Wow.
And I've even kept the actual product is brilliant. I love it. I'm pretty sure as a cafetiere, it's not, I'm sure as a product, it's probably not the best cafetiere ever. But yeah, there's the broken bits of glass.
Wow.
It's brilliant. Like his little top comes up, and then when you want to plunge it, you can plunge it.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't use it as a cafetiere. Whoops, all the glasses just fell out. And they've said to me, "Oh, you can have a 50% refund and keep the product." Yeah, I'm not keeping that.
Wow.
So, I got to be honest with you. For the damage, I can't understand how it would have been shipped like that. So it must have happened at some point during shipping.
Exactly like you say with all that polystyrene, how's it managed to get a big hole in it?
Unless it was actually shipped like that, because there's no damage to the polystyrene.
No.
So, or maybe this company is making money out of buying shop rejects. So they have shipped me out something knowing it's faulty. The reason they can sell it so cheap is because if this was a product that like Amazon was selling for like 40 or 50 quid, they wouldn't have bought it for 20 quid, would they?
No, that's
Would have
true.
been more than that. So yeah, that's my. Let's be fair and honest here. This is my experience of this company based on one purchase only.
Yeah.
So I may have got unlucky. That may be typical. I don't know. But it's called Holy, WHOLEE, and it's actually an app, and I bought it through an app, which
Uh,
makes the odds. But I've got one avenue left. Oh, wow, brilliant. Sorry, change the subject. I've just had an email. I'm after a custom. My little drawers I'm doing. I've got a little custom request I made, and I had an estimate of the price based on another product that he sells, and he's come back with 50p less than I thought it was going to be. So
right.
I'm making an order on Friday. Yeah, so I've got one avenue left, which is I paid by PayPal. So I have put a PayPal dispute in. I always, if I use anyone for the first time ever, I will always try and use PayPal, because I know actually, if anything, PayPal are unfair in favor of the buyer, because I know sellers that have had a hard time off PayPal. Friend of mine, actually, he sold some alloy wheels on eBay, and he posted them out. Yeah, no problems, blah blah blah. The guy puts a dispute in saying that they were faulty.
Oh,
So my friend said, okay, fine, yeah, if they, I don't believe they're faulty, but yeah, okay, if you find them faulty, send them back to me, and then I'll give you a refund, and I'll just stick them on eBay again. And he says it's funny because I had photos and everything. So PayPal had favoured in favour of the buyer, but the guy did send them back. And when my friend opened the box, it was rocks taped to the bottom of the box. Yeah, and PayPal had issued them with a refund,
oh no.
£100.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, he was out of pocket. So I think they got like £1,000 alloy wheels for free actually. But yeah, so basically he's paid £600 to give away £1,000 alloys to someone. But as a buyer, I know PayPal kind of swings slightly in favour of the buyer, don't they, rather than the seller?
Yeah.
Which is a power that you shouldn't abuse. And I think, well, looking at that, I don't think I'm abusing that, am I?
No.
The only thing I didn't do was I didn't make an unboxing video. So there is absolutely no proof that I didn't smash that myself. But then why would I?
Exactly. Yeah. Why would you?
You know, I've got a really cool item for about 60% off. So, but yeah, I mean, if I have to, thankfully it was only a 20 quid item, and I'll know not to buy off them again. But I mean, I bought stuff off China before, and I don't buy off Facebook ads anymore because I bought a really cheap. I know it was imitation Lego, but I bought it. It was like 50 quid, and I'm still waiting for it now. So I don't. I comfort myself by saying I've got 2 cheap Lego kits that I did receive, and the amount of money that I've spent, the amount of money I've saved compared to real Lego is far more than the amount of money I've lost by not having this. But it was the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
It was, yeah, Millennium Falcon in Lego. and it was, mind you, with a retail price of £1,000. The cheap nasty version, well, I say cheap nasty version, the imitation version's about £400. This was on offer for 60 quid. So I suppose really the fault is with me, isn't it? Would you say?
No, it's not your no.
So if you saw £1,000 item for sale for 60 quid, you wouldn't smell a rat?
Yeah.
The golden rule of not getting scammed is if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give him that one. But I mean, a couple of the cheap Lego sets I've bought before, which I know the differences between real Lego and not real Lego, and I've got these models and I've shown them to 6 people, and I've said, which one do you think is the real Lego and which one isn't? And 5 out of the 6 people I asked pointed to the imitation Lego, saying that they thought that was the real one. And then as soon as I showed them the most obvious way to tell if it's real Lego, which is the fact that Lego has got the word Lego written on every single nipple, they were all like, oh yeah, it's obvious when you point it out. And I'm like, yeah, but you've just pointed at the imitation cheap one and said that was the real one.
Yeah.
So it's very immoral. But obviously China's copyright laws are a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Inventive?
Lapsed.
Fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah. Fleetwood J's just popped in. Sorry to gate crash late, LOL. You're not gate crash. It doesn't matter if you're late.
No, don't matter so.
Anyone coming in at any time. In fact, sometimes we just appreciate anyone coming.
Definitely.
But you missed probably the worst thing I've ever, well, no, the least well-received thing I've ever done on YouTube, which is the Alexa game. I could have gone better, but yeah, no, thought that'd be fun. But no, we give it a try, didn't we?
We did. It's not trying.
Yeah, I just like the idea of having like a challenge or something.
Yeah.
So, question of the week or something. But we're not Golden Girls fans, are we?
No. Bless her. It was a birthday, I think, wasn't it?
Whose birthday?
Jennifer's, were it?
You know what? I didn't know. I've actually missed a lot of YouTube this week. I've been
Sure, it was a birthday. Unless I read that wrong, I don't know.
Shall we DP Adventures? Go through her. She is mental, and her thumbnails don't help you change your mind about that. No, I'm looking at one. If you ever go on her channel, look at her thumbnail for behind the scenes juice on the Lone Star Retreat. She's got a tiny boot and she's like,
Yeah.
but none of us will bat an eyelid about it because that's what she's like normal.
Yeah.
To know. There's nothing on here about birthdays. So
I must have read it wrong then.
I don't know. It might have been. She might have not actually said it in any of her titles. Like, you know, I'm expecting like a birthday unboxing. She had a lot of competitions though, wasn't she?
Yeah.
How's she doing that? Because I did see a post once about, she said she's going to stop the competition. There was like a competition where you have to nominate someone. and then you can only win the prize if you're nominated by somebody, like for doing a good deed or something, which in theory sounds absolutely wonderful. But what was happening was a lot of people were just nominating each other every single month,
Right.
which is sad, really.
So it wasn't special. It wasn't for any particular reason they were nominating these people.
No, it was just I'll nominate you this month and you nominate me next month, and then the month after, I'll nominate you again, and or something like that, which is, a little bit against the spirit of things. But I would quite agree with her. If you can't play within the spirit of the game, then I won't let you play the game.
Yeah, that's true.
If anyone can fill in on that one, because it happened round about the time I really got into her channel, which I thought, well, that's a shame. Because although, to be fair, I would probably have nominated quite a lot of people on the Got Diamonds group on Facebook, because a couple of times I've used that and said I need this particular colour, and like within an hour or so, someone's messaged me saying, right, I got them, give us your address, and I'm like, can I give you some money? No money needed. No, just give us your address. And they're like, one person are like, the only thing is I am going to send it second class, not first. And I'm like, really? If you're going to give it to me for free, you can send it third class. When you're sending me something for free, you call the shots as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So, and it's like they say it like it's a really bad, I'm sorry, I'm only going to send it second class. And then like a day or two later, it'll turn up and you're like, whoa, I can get on with my diamond painting.
Yeah.
And I wish I was at the point where I could give away as much as I receive from them. But I guess these people that are free and easy and generous with their drills, I suppose in the past they were in the same situation I was, and someone's just stepped in and gone, yep, no money needed, just give me your address and I'll send it to you. So they're just passing on that niceness, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
And that just makes me want to do it. So, but apparently that's being abused as well by people that are taking these free diamonds and then selling them. Yes, that was exactly my reaction when I found it. I really, you get it all the time. There's a couple of groups I'm in, free items in and around the place that you live. I know these groups pop up all over the place, don't they?
Yeah.
People are taking these free items. Someone might say, oh, I've got a pram I'm getting rid of, or I've got a cot or a doll's house. My little kid is growing up and throwing away all of his toys. And people will come along and snap them all up and they'll stick them on eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just think that's not really... I see those groups as there to help out people who are perhaps not as far along the lines as you are in that area.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A really good example of how it should work, when I moved to Sheffield, we didn't have a washing machine. And our neighbour, they had a washing machine sat outside, ready obviously to be collected or something. And we said to him, I said, does it work? And they said, yeah, it ain't got much life in it, but yeah, that's absolutely fine. And I said, can we have it? And they said, yeah, help yourself. So obviously we didn't mind it having not much life, because it had more life than what we actually had at that present time, i.e. no washing machine. And I was at washing clothes in the kitchen sink. And then we a bit later, about 6 months later on, we got ourselves a new washing machine, only a cheapy one, but it was brand new. So we then passed the old washing machine on to someone. And they appreciated it then as much as we did 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And, and we said to them, look, we got it for free 6 months ago, being told it may not have much life in it, and it's now 6 months older. And they're like, well, that's fine. If it's just we can get a few washers out of it, we'll be happy. And I'm like, yeah, that was our attitude 6 months ago as well.
Yeah.
I think we've given this away to the best person possible.
Yeah.
But you always do that. You'll knock on someone's door. Do you want that? Can I have it? And then when you want to get rid of something, you just check it in your back garden. Within a day or two, you'll get a knock on your door. Are you getting rid of that? Can I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, take it away.
Mhm.
And that's just in the old communities. That's how things worked.
It is, yeah.
So I just wish there'd be more like that. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, everyone's dad did different jobs. And, we had one person work for Dino Rod. So if your drains got blocked, you just give them a call. And then someone else did washing machines. And then someone else they'd be, some bloke would fix kids' bikes.
Yeah.
Always be knocking, oh, can you fix? I got a puncture. Can you fix it? Yeah, you got a puncture repair outfit. Yeah, right, off we go. And then as you got a bit older, he'd then start saying to you, right, well, it's about time you learned how to do it yourself. So I'm going to get you to do it. And then that's how I learned to fix a bike puncture, which apparently there's a lot of kids can't fix a puncture on a bike.
Gosh.
Yeah. And I think the mentality these days is, oh, you've got a puncture in your bike. Yeah, let's get a brand new tire and inner tube.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, fix it.
At least try.
Yeah. Yeah. That is looking better and better every single diamond we put in, or every drill.
Yeah.
Is that from the camera angle I'm looking at, it actually looks like a mix of red and white drills. I'm assuming they're pink.
They are pink, yeah.
They actually look, where they're catching the light, it looks like you've got some red ones in and some white ones, or a layer of red ones with some white ones on the top.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
It does. They keep emailing Diamond Express asking to write a review. Send them an email of a review that they can put on the website.
Yeah.
So now that I've actually started one, I'm thinking about sending them one.
Yeah.
So,
I get that a lot before I've had a chance to use the product.
yeah.
It's like, oh, thank you for buying our 100 by 100 diamond painting that we delivered yesterday. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, when I finish it. And this is one of those kind of hobbies. We're all the same, aren't we? We buy these fantastic diamond paintings that sit in the stash box for 3 years.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, yeah, I'll give you a review in 3 years when I finally finish doing it.
But to be fair to Diamond Express, it was actually by the third subscription had come, they sent me that email asking it to do a review. So it was like 3 months in.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they just said, now you might have had a chance to finish one of our products. Could you possibly send us a review? So, but I'll just lift it up so you can see.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's a square one, isn't it? You've done really well on that.
Say that again.
I said you've done really well on that. That looks really nice.
But I'll just lift a bit back so you can see what I was talking about, because I don't know if you saw last week what I meant about the letters underneath. Oh, pull it back.
So it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it? If they didn't send you the picture, you would have absolutely no idea what it was. But you've also got the scope for getting that shifted to one side or the other.
Yeah.
So you've got to get that first corner spot on.
Yes.
Whatever happens with that corner, that's then going to carry on all the way through.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that first one done. So I think I'm going to change my camera and come and chit chat.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, I'm partly regretting not doing something, but not regretting it. And then obviously with me doing some frames next week, I think the week after I'm going to be seriously raring to go, aren't I? And I
Yeah.
might actually get some homework done for a change. Well, my homework is just like to catch up on something, anything will do.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice just sit down for a couple of hours a week at minimum and just go right. And obviously, with work and with other hobbies, and I've got this modding, this Spitfire, and I've just hit a spot where it's just like, oh, it's hard work.
Yeah.
And I know once I get through it, and obviously the Route Master, which is right behind you, mine doesn't look as much as that one. But obviously, where I've not worked on mine for so long, and I'm having difficulty, and I lost a bit, I'm moving very, very slowly. And I know once I can get past this next couple of issues, it will just off I go.
The detail in it's amazing.
Yeah.
Even just the little bell, by the back, by the door here, the bell.
Yeah.
My husband actually said, give it a press, make it ring. And I lightly touched it because I thought, I don't want to break nothing. He said, no, you need to do it a bit harder. And it's surprising how much you actually have to press it to make it.
It is nice and firm. As there's two kind of bells in there, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have the option to wire them up so that upstairs is one bell and downstairs is a different bell, or you can wire them up to a different switch. Because the problem you've got is the old-fashioned bells, they have this rope along the top and you pull on the rope and that rings a bell. To replicate that in 1:12 scale, you've got a bit of cotton which is tied. So obviously if you pull that too hard, it's going to snap the cotton. But also to get your hand in from the back, just to get so you've got the option to just rewire. You've got two bells on the back platform, one for the conductor and one for the passengers to use. So you just rewire one of the bells so that the back bell does the same thing as the cord, and that's a lot better. As you're certainly not going to get your hand all the way up the back stairs into the top and use that bell.
Not even I could do that. Never mind my husband.
You've got your hand oh, thank you very much, Mark. And it's not really. It's you say it's down to me why your bus looks the way it is. No, it looks like that because you have put it together like that. As simple as that. So yeah, if we're talking buses, there's my bus. Not quite as advanced as Mark's, but it's just I'm trying to get this just there.
Yeah.
And then there's a big stash of, as you can see, I've only recently got into model kits. So that's all there is, I'm afraid, because I'm quite new to that one.
That's a stash already, Penny.
Tell me about it. You want to see the stash of diamond paintings I've got?
Oh gosh.
I still can't find them. And then there we've got an Ecto one. We've got a bit of an Ecto one there, and I can't get the camera around enough to show you the rest of the stuff. But we've got the Spitfire on the go, and and I think the words I'm looking for is far too much. So, and then obviously I've got this desk as a project as well, which is it's coming. It is coming along. This is what it looks like at the moment. So this has now been painted the actual blue I'm going to go with. I don't know if it works best with the light on or the light off. Where you see these gaps, that's where I've got the, I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see, but round about there, they're all piled up on the shelf drying. And it was funny actually, because I went into B&Q. I'm a bit worried about with lockdown whether I'm going to get any more paint. So I went out and got some more paint. And B&Q said, "Oh yeah, we'll be open as normal." And But the woman who actually she's a rep from this company, Valspar. And I was telling her what I was doing with the paint, and she's going, "That's not meant to work like that." I'm like, "But it's fine." She goes, "But no, you can't. It's not for painting MDF." And I'm going, "No, it does the job well." I said, "I did water it." She goes, "You can't water it down." I said, "Well, I did." I said, "I watered it down and it was absolutely fine." I said, "You don't get the coverage of but if you put 3 neat coats on, you get a really good cover, which is this desk there. Yeah. If you water it down, you need 4 coats, but you probably use less paint doing 4 thin coats than you do 3 fat coats.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'm just using it neat because I just want to get it done. Some of my paint work isn't fantastic, but it's what we call a tabletop standard. It looks fantastic from 2 feet. Basically, the distance I am from the drawers, it looks fine. And then once I get some varnish on the top, it'll look even better. I mean, you know what this looks. I'll put this light back on. For some reason, the sun's decided to come out in November. But yeah, look, this looks fantastic. I think that looks fantastic from this distance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not until you get really close and the focus comes in, which this doesn't. Maybe let me get really close focus. There we go. So yeah, now you can start to see some of the brush marks.
Yeah.
But like I say, from this distance, it looks fantastic, and that's about a foot away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy with it. And like I say, I'm not a professional painter decorator. But what's really good is this is the varnish I was using, that I did use. I used it. This is what I'm going to be doing the sealing experiment with, sealing the diamond paintings.
Oh yeah.
This is roughly the same cost per milliliter as Mod Podge, maybe a little bit cheaper. And what I'm going to be doing is mixing it with some cheaper ingredients to see if we can still get good results. The old trick that they use in model making is PVA glue to seal things. But you don't get that glossy sheen that you get with Mod Podge. But if you make, say, for example, a scale mountain out of newspaper and paper mache, if you put paint straight on it, the paint is just going to soak in. And you'll put 20, 30 coats of paint on before you start to get any results. If you put a layer of PVA glue over it, you can now complete it all in 2 coats. So that's what it's for. So yeah. I'm going to try and bring some of my model painting tricks and tips into diamond painting, and we'll see if we can make our own Mod Podge out of varnish. But I got this because this is water-based. I did buy the wrong one before, and I got polyurethane base, which is basically you're going to need chemicals to clean your brushes with it. Whereas this, you slap a coat on, you run your brush under water, you're off again. And the reason I need this is PVA, I believe, is a water-based product. What happens if you mix an oil-based product with a water-based? It's probably not even worth trying. But I've now got some more varnish coming, and I've got these brushes. This is how lazy I am. Would anyone like to guess what this haul of brushes cost me? And I know probably everyone in Britain already knows. So these are the brushes I bought yesterday. They were £1 for all 5. And the guy that's staying with us at the moment, he swears by these because what I'm going to do is when I come to varnish everything, I'm going to varnish everything in one batch. I'm just going to varnish it, chuck it in the bin. I don't actually know. Yes, I do.
I was going to say, I bet that hit the door.
No, I did deliberately. Well, I actually aimed it at the coat that's hanging on the door. It was thought. It wasn't just a random. See, that one did hit the coat. It was the effect I was after. Don't want it anymore. Let's throw it away. And I just So, but saying that, white spirits doesn't cost an awful lot, does it?
No,
But
that's true.
yeah, because I do want to preserve this. But polyurethane varnish is about half the cost of this water base. This cost me £9, and that's 250 ml. I've got a 500 milliliter can coming tomorrow, which cost me £11. So yeah, I'll go with that. And it's taken 2 coats, but to be honest with you, what I've done is broken all of the rules, which is I've put emulsion onto MDF and then put gloss varnish onto that. You don't put emulsion onto MDF and you don't gloss emulsion. but look, it worked. The only thing is you need an extra. Well, I'm trying another experiment, which I can't show you because I can't find it now. It's disappeared. Anyway, here it is. I did show you this before the stream. I found this acrylic paint from Pan Shop. So, and I thought that might do as a first coat, just the first coat, because this is cheap, but this is 236 milliliters for £3. So it's about about a pound per 100 milliliters. This is 400 mil for £1. So as a first coat, just get it lightened, and then maybe 2 coats of that more expensive paint. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
what's going to happen? 6 months down the line, my drawers just suddenly go. Yeah, right. Okay, it's 5-4.
Wow. Right, so last bit of chat then.
Oh, we got more.
It's a Wednesday, so Penny Pitstop Day.
Yeah, that's Mark's new sound, which I think is kept.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so
yeah, we did Fleetwood. Yeah, I'm going too far back.
No, that's okay.
Sorry to great.
Back twice and not at all, isn't it?
Sorry to great. Gate crash late. LOL. Jason, I'm glad you hopefully sorted out your Fiat at last. Yeah, he was having problems.
I can't wait to see you getting on with that Fiat, because I say I've been getting on with mine. I want to compare notes with you. Actually, is the Fiat is a lovely little build, but it's not without its little problems. Or maybe that's me. When we did the bus, there were a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this has got a problem with it. That's got a problem with it." My bus, I don't think I've ever had a problem with it, like manufacturer's fault. And anything that was a problem was something I could fix. Like, for example, I've had a little bit of, I don't know what the technical term is, but we call it paint block. So where they've added the paint, it's made a screw hole smaller. So you've got to scrape that paint away. But most of the time it's get a file, chuck it in. And I think that's normal model techniques anyway. So it's definitely not anything that's been broken, nothing that we've had to send back to Harsh yet. And just about every model I've had, what was it? The Millennium Falcon I had 2 small issues with, and they sent me replacement parts. Now the Fiat, issue 1, I had a screw snap on me. So that meant I needed a new issue one. Now Jason sent me an issue, a replacement issue, which was fine. But I'd already said to Model Space, "Oh, I've got a problem here. The screw snapped," and they went, "Yep, new pack one on its way to you." So I got the whole pack one. And then I've had a couple of screws that have threaded, even in metal. And I had one screw I had to super glue it in because it wouldn't hold in. But I'm looking at the position of it. It's held in, and by the time we build the rest of the bodywork around it, it will all get held in. Because a lot of these part works, they'll use like 10 screws where maybe 4 would have done the job. So it's like when I put the top deck of my bus in, one of the tabs had snapped. It's my fault. It would have in between moving, I snapped one of the tabs, which meant I could only screw it in with 11 screws. And to be perfectly honest with you, 6 probably would have done the job.
Yeah.
So, I'm down to 5 more screws than I need rather than 6. But I would say my most problematic build has probably been the Fiat, in the fact that I've had a screw snap rendering stage 1 or stage. It was one of pack 1 anyway. I think it was maybe stage 5. So that had to be redone. And then I've had a couple of screw issues, about 3 issues. So 3 issues out of, what am I up to on Fiat? Issue 30 something. So 3 issues out of one issue every 10, one problem every 10 issues. And they're all, 2 of them I've managed to work around. I've got enough experience that I can go, I think this will work. But I think a couple of people have said that the Fiat probably isn't a beginner build anyway. So because it's small.
Cheers, right. Danielle, pretty. Oh, thank you.
Was she talking about you or your diamond painting?
Probably my diamond paint. It's thanks to Penny where my bus looks this way. Bless
Like
her.
I said, it looks like the way it does because you worked on it.
Yes. B&M is going to remain open so I can still get some caramel wafers. You're being naughty.
You know what? Every single stream we do, he does a little naughty comment.
Yes.
It's one of those, I'll call that a Shrek comment, where you will only get it if you're in a certain way of thinking. You know, like with Shrek, they have children jokes to keep the children going, but then they also throw in the few adult jokes, which just go straight over the kids. The kids are like, "Why are you laughing? That wasn't funny." And the adults are like, "Yeah, it wasn't funny. Yeah, silly me."
Yes.
So, but no, it's funny actually. I spoke to someone in B&Q today, and they said, as far as we're concerned, you won't notice any difference after lockdown than before lockdown, because they'd already had the social distancing measures in place. They've made every single aisle one way, which is frustrating because if you want something there, you've got to go all the way down there and then all the way back. But you know, the social distancing measures have already been in place. And I think it's really down to what government has allowed open. And I think you've just read the next comment, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Go on then, get it over and done with.
Bless Danielle. She's put both. Well, thank you very
much. Yorkshire. And your diamond. This should be the title of this show. Let's all embarrass Yorkshire Crafter, because you are starting to blush there.
Just a bit.
No, you know, Mark has done some silly things in his part, over time, but I don't think marrying you was one of them.
Aww.
Some sense, hasn't he? Would you agree with that, Mark? If you're still watching,
you're gonna make me cry.
That's right. We've got no problems with that. We love making people cry on stream. You know, good crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, saying about the lockdown, I think DIY stores are open and craft stores because of mental health. The fact that, you know, if you can't go to work and you can't go and buy whatever's baby clothes, at least you can come home and paint the house.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
odds, yes. It's easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
1%.
Bless.
Right. Okay. Did you hear that alarm go off? That sound? You're over time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, not a 10 out of 10 show today. I will be the first to admit that. But we try new things. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. So,
Yeah.
if I could go back in time and go back 2 hours and 4 minutes, this show, as far as I'm concerned, would still have come out exactly the same way. Don't try these things you don't know, do you?
No,
And I
it's
would
true.
actually like to thank, I don't know if she's still watching. I would like to say thanks to Rosebud for actually saying this is boring, because that's what I call constructive critique. If you don't say something's poor, then we won't know it's poor. We could have actually played that game for 2 hours and then wondered why our viewing figures for next week go down to 1.
Yeah.
And it's got to be 1 because Mark's Mods. Did you know Mark's Mods has to watch by law, otherwise he doesn't get Sunday dinner?
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we discuss on stream what his jobs are going to be next week, and we've already established his jobs for next week, haven't we?
Yes.
So, Mark, get practicing with your router. You're making frames. Actually, because Mark's Mods is doing a railway set, isn't he?
Yes.
So I can't see a massive amount of routing, but obviously I did notice a board going across. So maybe just give that edge a little bit of a route, just because one of the things I'm noticing with my desk, because I've cut it and then I put a square thing, I'm catching my top when I lean over. So a nice little route on the corner there, on the edge, just make that nicer, and then I can have my best Wickham Wanderers tie. I say best, it's my only one. I know none of you are football fans, but we're really happy because we won a game. This is the highlight of our club. We won a game. You know, a couple of weeks ago we were celebrating scoring a goal, and then a couple of weeks before we were just celebrating just turning up for the game. So yeah, we'll have a party. I mean, but you think 3 or 4 years ago we were having a party because we didn't get relegated out of the league. So
Yeah.
there you go. We won a game. I just wish it was against a different team. I really like. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I really like Sheffield Wednesday, and so this is absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they seem to like us, because apparently we treated them really well once at a game, and they needed to beat us to guarantee promotion. And they beat us at our ground, and we let them have a little celebration on the pitch. And apparently they really like us now. And the reason I like Sheffield Wednesday is nothing to do with that. It's because I like Sheffield Wednesday. I used to live near Hillsborough, and I'm really extending this show, aren't I?
Yeah.
I always joke and I say I've got 3 favourite football teams. My number 1 team is Wickham. My number 2 team is the local team to where I'm living at the time. So probably the nearest big team from me is probably West Ham. But it's definitely Ebbsfleet is the nearest club from me. And the 3rd team is whoever's playing against Norwich. Or Colchester, and but there was one time we used to live in any Wickham fan watching is going to hate me for this. I was living in Bristol and I was sharing a house with a Bristol City fan, and he was having a bit of a row with his brother who was a Bristol Rovers fan, and they just went to me, Penny, which is the best team, Bristol City or Bristol Rovers? And I said, don't get me involved in this because you're not going to be happy. He went, no, come on, like which thinking I was going to say Bristol City because they were in a higher division. I was going, right, so you want to know which team he went, yeah, if Wycombe Wanderers weren't around, which team would you support? And I went, well, to be absolutely honest with you, Bristol Rovers, because they were about a 10-minute walk from my house. You can't get a lot more local than that, can you?
No.
So he's like, whoa. I said, well, I told you, didn't I? I knew you were a City fan, and I knew I was going to say Bristol Rovers. And he didn't speak to me for about 4 days after that.
Oops.
But yeah, I just can't live in Norwich anymore or Colchester, because how can my number 2 team be Norwich and then my number 3 team is whoever's playing against Norwich?
Yeah. Right, last bit of chat. Oh dear. Very relaxing show today. Well, thank you, Danielle.
Well, thank you guys, because I did start the show off going, I really don't feel very well. I'm probably still in as much pain as I was before the show, but mentally I've had a big lift, and so thank you guys.
It's good.
So I still got to do another 2 shows today. After all, it's Penny's pit stop day, isn't it?
It's Penny Day, yeah.
I've off a little bit too much of a Swiss roll there, haven't I?
Oh.
So, never mind. Like I say, give things a go. Some work, some don't.
Yeah.
I think having this show was definitely a good thing. Not so much about the show. Well, you've heard it here first, Guy. I promised a 2-show trial with the Plastic Model Show, and I don't think I'm going to continue. I was absolutely dead last week. It won't be so bad today because I'm not working tomorrow, so I can get up whatever time I want. But obviously, when you're working the day after, I mean, I didn't start till 2 in the afternoon, but it meant I got up a little bit late and it just threw me out. And I didn't have my afternoon nap before work, so I went to work tired, and it was an extra long shift. I came home about 1 o'clock, and I really did. I don't know how I managed to survive the bus drive. I think I had an 8.5-hour shift, and I did probably at least 7 hours of that shift with my eyes half closed. And I got through half a packet of caffeine tablets for the shift, and I could actually feel I've driven long enough now. Do you drive, Julie?
No.
Right. Okay, so you may not be able to appreciate this, but you know when you're sitting at home and tiredness catches up with you, but you kind of know when it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Driving, it's not. It just happens. And it's quite literally 1 second you're wide awake. The next minute, you literally a second later, you're driving down the white lines, you're going, and you're like, whoa, what happened? And then you look. And I've done a drive before where I was going from Norwich to London, and you go A11, M11, M25. And I remember being on the A11, coming up for the turn off for the M11, and then you've got from Cambridge to just outside London is the next thing I remember is being on the M25, and I cannot remember 1 inch of the M11, and I don't know if I drove all that way tired or if my mind just forgot about it. And it was a terrible experience because I'm very much a what if this had happened kind of person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, but I'm now starting to get to the point I now know when I'm getting tired and I'm able to. But last Thursday I was very much, I don't know if I'm going to last this long.
I bet you were.
And it was, yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to continue these late ones. If I wasn't working the next day, it'd be all right. But if I start to make a commitment every week, unless I can guarantee that Thursday off, I won't be able to do it.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than, yeah.
Yeah. But I think today's moral seems to be, yeah, let's give it a go. It'll either work or it won't.
It's not the fact that it's not working, it's just more your safety and
Yeah, but we've given a couple of things a new go, and some things have worked and some haven't, and I think that's what it's all about, giving it a go. You know, what if Mark's Mods hadn't decided to give YouTube a go? You know, he wouldn't have a successful channel now, would he?
no, it's true.
And I'm sure there's YouTubers out there that have given it a go and it hasn't worked for them, and no harm in trying.
No.
So, anyway, I rabbit on far too long.
Oh dear.
So who's saying goodbye first then?
I will.
Okay then.
I'll let you end the show.
Thank you very
So
much.
remember, guys, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And thank you for joining us. See you next week.
And insert interesting proverb here. Take care, guys. See you next week. Thanks ever so much for watching, and you take care.